Hello folks, going to briefly talk Super GT, the final round of the season, the Motegi 300 kilometers, 63 laps around Twin Ring Motegi. I really like this track, and it's nice to see some racing around it in real life, because most of my experiences were from, say, Gran Turismo and Forza. Oh, and also iRacing. But what was nice about watching the race was being able to sit down and watch it and see the different storylines wrapping up in neat fashion. For example, Shosaboy and Keta Yamashita end up taking the championship. It wasn't too difficult for them to do it. They were nearly 20 points clear of second place of Tadazuki Makino and Naoki Yamamoto. And yeah, they drew the advantage in the final round. But even though they had that classified but non-finish at Autopolis, their first win since Fuji, the second Fuji meeting that is, was enough to seal them the championship. Elsewhere, good job by the 23 Nismo to take second place, and third place was, Makino and Yamamoto. So it was a neat way for their seasons to all wrap up. Though you do have to feel for the disqualification of the number 12 of Hiramina and Baguette. Especially because, well, it was a tricky season for a lot of different teams. Wasn't it? Nissan are now going down to 3 cars for next season. So there may be some changes when you have a look at what's happened in GT500. GT300, on the other hand, and the K2 R&D Leon Racing Mercedes ends up taking the championship by 2 points from Hirati himself behind the wheel of the 56 Kondo Racing Nissan. It's nice to see Nissan GTR being competitive there because, well, it's often seen to be a little bit outdated when you look at the GT World Challenge roster. One of the things I like about Japanese GT racing, I said this when I reviewed the Suzuka 1000 kilometers, is you often see a lot of cars that you don't see elsewhere in the world. For example, with Suzuka, we saw the Callaway Corvette, the old C7. That was pretty cool to see in action. But in the end, it was a win for the number 5, the Mach 5, which was cool, seeing that mother chassis, which they were saying on the broadcast is nearly a decade old, or over a decade old even. Though it would have been nice for the Subaru, for the last race of the Boxer engine in Super GT, to take a win. They got second place. So, yeah, it's nice. It would have been nicer if they won. 7x7 ended up taking third place, and with that, Harry King ends up 6th in the standings behind the Good Smile, Kondo, and Car Guy. So, also at the same time, technically 4th. But I enjoyed watching it. Super GT's been a fun one to watch, though often I find because of the length of the races, where they're often Grand Prix length, I find myself speeding it up a little bit to be able to watch the full thing. But this is, I think, the first proper series I'm wrapping up this year where it's my first time watching every single race. It'd be nice if it was easy to access than having to go behind the paywall of the Motorsport Network, but we can't always have things our own way, can we? Thanks for watching and joining, folks. And, as always, till next time, it's bye-bye for now.